This is gonna be exciting.
This is gonna be very exciting.
Of course, we're both trans AF. Hello Mayans and welcome back. If you're part of that 80% who are watching this channel and haven't subscribed yet, subscribe already, right?
Please, come on now.
And as always, my socials are down below. As you can see, I have Jay back with me as my special guest. Yay,
Hello,
Jay!
hi.
What is it that you do, Jay?
I am the founder of I'd Rather Be Naked, and I'm the lead designer.
As you can see, he's wearing one of his creations today.
That's right. We just came out with these brand new designs, full color, everything. We're making our clothes really clothes for those who'd rather no clothes at all. This shirt's a little more see-through.
Yeah, solid.
People just walk up to me and do that
Really?
on a regular basis. They'll just,
yeah.
I love it. I need to take this off.
Yes, please.
think
You're
I-
wearing entirely too many clothes.
What is wrong with me?
Sun's out, guns out. Buckle in, because we're about to get very, very honest about sex for trans men. And you're comfortable answering that question, right?
100%.
All right.
100%.
You presented as a lesbian. So I'm assuming that you had sex back then as well.
Yes.
And so now you have sex with straight, cisgender women.
Yes.
What is the difference have been?
In a lesbian sexual relationship, it felt more, I don't want to be like throw shade at all, but like it felt way more equal in sex and everything. You can tell that straight women are set up to believe that they are only for pleasure of a male.
And I'm sure that's a your mileage may vary thing too.
Exactly,
Between
exactly.
cisgender women, but you don't have bottom surgery, right?
I do not have bottom surgery.
Okay, you have had top surgery.
Exactly.
Aside from any changes that hormones have made to your body.
I still have a vaginal cavity. My clitoris has grown a
Right.
little bit, and in the trans male community, I've found that we call it a peen. It mixed
Okay.
between penis and bean, I assume. Flick the peen instead of flick the bean. If I'm incorrect, please let me know.
PENE.
Something
like that,
Something
right?
like, yeah.
Okay.
For a transgender person, whether you be trans male or trans female, to
Yeah.
talk about
Your genitals.
your genitals, triggering topic. It's weird if someone wants to know about your genitals, but
well, from the general public.
from the general public, but
when
your
you're about to have
partner,
sex,
it's okay. I always get the question from straight women, what am I supposed to do? It's like I have a gnome down there.
Because when you had sex with lesbian women, presumably they were also cisgender and they had vaginas.
Exactly.
So there was kind of an understanding of what was going to transpire and how that was going to transpire. There must be a lot more mystery when it comes to having sex with you as a trans man.
Totally. They understand that I'm a transgender person because I've told them that beforehand because communication is so incredibly important. This is what I prefer and this is how it happens and this is what makes me feel good 100% of the time.
They're going to have questions because they understand that you do not have a penis like they expect from cisgender men.
Exactly.
So how does that conversation go?
I've had sex with women before, or
Right.
I've found myself attracted to women.
They're telling you
Yes.
this. There have been gateway vaginas.
Yes. Thank goodness for the gateway vagina. It does feel weird because as someone's rationalizing you being a transgender person, you have to accept things about yourself, pieces of your body that you don't necessarily feel super comfortable with right now. It always starts with, well, what makes you feel good? That's what it always boils down to. So
If you want to have good sex, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Have you ever had sex with a cisgender woman who's never been with somebody with a vagina before? Go through your number. I know, knowing you, I know that number is kind of high.
You don't. What?
Yes? Okay.
Yes. When I identified as a female and a lesbian.
You've laid out the boundaries. What is that experience now once you've gotten to the bedroom? I want to hear about it all. That must be a big deal, right? The point you take off your clothes and you're revealing your body to her.
It's like one of those things where they say like you can talk the talk or you can walk the walk. So taking off of your shirt, it gives me so much confidence as an individual who's got a giant scar across their chest.
Right.
I also wonder, well, is she focusing on that? Can she see that? And then I remind myself, well, I'm in here with her. She's good with it. Let's move on. Then it's sex.
What is having sex with you like? Like, what is going to be the mechanics of it?
You have to be able to figure out what type of sex you're going to be having. Some trans men, you can pump to the point where you can penetrate her, and you can have
With your clitoris.
with your clitoris.
Okay.
With your peen.
Peen. I was about
So-
to change it as I said.
I mean, it varies from woman to woman, but some are able to feel it more, and some are not. Then you also have penetrative sex where you use a toy, and that would be like a strap-on. Some people are incredibly connected to their strap-on to wear.
It feels like part of them.
And they can feel as it rubs up against you, and you can feel that type of friction. But obviously that type of sex is more to make her feel good. It's very similar to I had sex before I transitioned.
Fingers,
licking, exactly.
Sucking. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. Okay, I'm back.
I'm not back yet. Hold on. Usually for me, what feels most comfortable right off the bat is just what I'm familiar with. And that is that type of sex. I'm an individual who likes to have sex for a long time. Sex for 7 hours.
Is that unusual?
That's what I said. Or just understand that sex is more than just
and out
and done.
Even when you've done that, you can keep going and do other things.
Exactly. Get lost in making each other feel good.
I think there's a lot of women out there who are falling in love with you as we speak. You still can be penetrated, though.
I can.
Is that something you're okay with?
Before I transitioned, I didn't really like it. I don't know. Just was like,
There's a lot of lesbian women who have that same experience, so I don't think that's unusual.
Yeah, but there were times where I was like, all right,
give it a try.
But low percentage of the time where I was like, that was fun.
As a straight male, it's still not something that you're all that comfortable with? Or is it something that you like and you're not comfortable with the fact that you like it? Or
it's
how
weird because I found with testosterone, my sensation down there has changed. I'm more sensitive.
Oh, okay.
Everything just seems better. Now it happens more often and I'm okay with it sometimes.
Yeah.
And it feels good every time that it happens. So it's not like, oh, that's not fun. It reminds me that I don't have the genitals. There's the thing of you can not necessarily like what you have, but you can find some type of comfort in the pleasure that you have.
Which I think is a very common transgender experience, because I know when I used to have sex before my surgery, it was not something I was very comfortable with, and that I wasn't comfortable with what I had down there. I knew it was giving my partner pleasure, and I knew it was giving me pleasure. How do I process this?
Yes.
Now, after I've had surgery, one of the reasons why I like penetration so much is because it intensely reminds me of what I do now have.
That's awesome.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes total sense.
Yeah, I'm having sex exactly the way I've always wanted to. Do you think that's a common experience with trans guys? They have that kind of challenge before they've had bottom surgery, even if they want bottom surgery?
I've talked with guys who are confused by it. Because you're on testosterone, and you know what happens when you're on testosterone.
Yes, I do.
You get fired up. You get fired up about anything and everything.
It was
like blinders. One blessing I will say, side note, I don't have to worry about boners. That's great.
Well, you do have boners, but
I have boners, but you can't see them.
Do you think you're like a little more aggressive about these things now?
I've always been very aggressive about what I like and what I don't like. I have found that it's just different from how women expect other women to communicate with them. And I have found that with my privilege, I have to make sure that I am not taking advantage of situations. Or
not being creepy.
Not being creepy.
Basically.
That's what I'm like trying to get at, but I just didn't know how to just be like, I don't want to be creepy. I assume that I am too flamboyant at times and I won't ever be man enough.
Right, which is I think the trans guy dilemma. Never going to be enough in the bedroom.
That you will not live up to their expectations of what they believe sex is.
You've had sex now with these cisgender women, right? And I'm assuming that it's more than 10, less than 100. No?
I'm not answering any.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna.
I'm trying to get his number out of him.
I'm not even gonna do it.
Okay. What has their reaction been afterwards?
That was not what I expected. Let's do that again.
All right. Well, you're doing something right.
And it's raining.
It's raining really hard.
Outside is getting wet.
It's welcome to Florida. We should be the getting wet state.
What I found being a transgender male, if you like to have sex with cisgender men, you're gonna find those partners.
And if you want to have sex with cisgender women,
you're gonna find those partners.
And they're gonna enjoy it.
And they're gonna enjoy it. So I think there are times that we prevent ourselves from having partners or being with people because of our own fears. So we're leading with our fear rather than leading with our love and our desire to feel good and make other people feel good. Have more faith in the people who have found attraction to you.
Well, that just got really deep in the middle of a video about sex.
My name's Jason and I make things deep. Always.
Now I think I'm blushing. Well, I don't think I could find a better note to end this video on. If you have any comments about sex that you've had with a transgender person, or if you as a transgender person have had sex and you want to share that experience with us, put it down in the comments below.
Transgender guys like blowjobs too.
Glad you added that little note. As I was saying before, all my social media is down below. I will put all of Jay's social media down below as well as if you want to buy that t-shirt, go to his website.
I'd rather be nakedcommunity.com.
Don't forget to like this video by giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video, and please subscribe, and see you around the interwebs.